If you take a look around the modern parenting landscape today, it's easy to notice how much effort is being poured into childhood. Every season brings a fresh wave of bucket lists, elaborate day trips, and beautifully curated holiday traditions. You see it everywhere online, this incredible, deeply loving instinct parents have to make every single milestone feel special and memorable for their kids. It comes from such a generous place, a genuine desire to give our children a rich, vibrant world full of joy. For such a long time, I found myself admiring that momentum and trying to lean right into it. We would plan the big weekend outings, track down the seasonal activities, and pull together days that were packed with sensory input and novel experiences. And then on one of those busy afternoons, I stepped back for a moment just to observe. We were surrounded by a bustling environment, but when I looked at my child, I noticed where their attention actually went. They weren't looking at the big backdrop or the main attraction. They had stopped by a plain wooden post near the exit, completely fascinated by a tiny trail of ants moving up the grain. Later that day when we got home, the real magic happened in the quietest corner of the house. My son pulled a few plastic cups over to the kitchen sink, turned on a small trickle of tap water, and spent the next 45 minutes filling them up and tipping them out. No soundtrack, no big event, just the slow, steady rhythm of water hitting stainless steel. Sitting on the floor with a warm cup of tea, watching that total absorption, a really comforting thought settled over me. The beauty we're all trying so hard to create for our kids doesn't actually need to be built from scratch. It's already sitting right there in ordinary rhythm of an unhurried day. It's so fascinating to observe how differently children experience the world compared to adults. As grown-ups, our days are naturally filled with schedules, responsibilities, and long to-do lists. So when we want to relax or feel inspired, we look for novelty. We book trips, seek out new places, and plan events to lift us out of our regular routine. It's how we refresh our minds. Because we love our kids so deeply, our natural instinct is to share that same kind of magic with them. We assume that to give them an extraordinary childhood, we need to show them extraordinary things. But when you watch your young child, you start to see that they don't need novelty to feel wonder, because to them everything is already brand new. To a toddler or a young child, the ordinary world is an absolute wonderland. They don't need high-stakes environments or themed events to spark their imagination. Wonder is already sitting inside a pile of wet gravel by the garden bed. Wonder is watching a shadow stretch across the living room rug as the sun moves in the late afternoon. Wonder is a simple cardboard box dragged into the kitchen on a quiet morning. When we realize this, a huge weight lifts off our shoulders as mothers. We don't have to be event directors or constantly sourcing materials for their awe. When we give our children the space to lead their own small explorations within the safety of a simple day, we get to witness something remarkable. Their natural capacity to find magic in the absolute basics. It allows us to step out of the role of entertainer and into the role of quiet observer, enjoying the beauty alongside them. If you take a quiet moment to look back on your own earliest childhood memories, it's really interesting to see what actually stuck. I remember the golden light coming through a bedroom window on a weekend morning, or the familiar sound of the kettle coming to a boil, or the cozy feeling of sitting under a dining table draped with a heavy blanket while rain tapped against the window. But most of all, I remember how home felt. Children have an incredible antenna for emotional atmosphere. More than the budget of an outing or the size of a party, they register the grounded presence of the person holding their hand. When we give ourselves permission to slow down, when we trim back the calendar and keep our days spacious, our own nervous systems naturally get a chance to settle. We get to move through the morning without feeling the pull of the clock. The calm, spacious energy becomes the actual climate of our home. And that unhurried atmosphere is the greatest memory anchor we could ever give our children. It tells them that life doesn't need to be rushed to be good, and that home is a safe place to simply rest and be. Leaning into this slow, grounded way of family life isn't about pulling back or doing less because we care less. It's about honouring what truly nourishes both our children and ourselves. It's about looking at a simple home day not as a placeholder until the next big event, but as the main event itself. Here are a few gentle rhythms that have brought so much peace and sweetness into our home, and that any mama can easily lean into. First, building around cozy, predictable anchor points. Children find immense comfort in simple family rituals. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be a warm drink together after a chilly walk, reading a favourite book on the floor before rest time, or having a simple set breakfast every Sunday morning. These gentle anchors give the week a rhythm that kids can feel without requiring high energy or grand planning from you. You could try inviting them into the mundane art of home. We often think children need specialised activities to stay engaged, but they naturally love being woven into the fabric of our actual lives. Letting your child wash a few non-breakable dishes in a bowl of soapy water while you cook dinner, or letting them sweep the deck with a small broom, transforms everyday caretaking into deep, meaningful connection. And protecting our own capacity for presence. When we keep our days manageable, we preserve our own joy. We give ourselves the gift of sitting down, taking a deep breath, and actually enjoying our kids in real time, rather than constantly managing the logistics of the next thing on the schedule. Choosing to anchor your family life in simple, mundane beauty is one of the most generous gifts you can offer your home. It's a gentle reminder to yourself that you are already doing an incredible job. Your presence, your quiet care, and the warm atmosphere you create every day are more than enough. You don't need to prove your love through curated schedules or high-effort magic. Your love is already felt in the quiet safety of an unhurried morning. Childhood is such a short season, but its brevity is an invitation to slow down and savour it, not to pack it full of noise. The next time you see the world moving fast around you, or feel that subtle pressure to add more to your family's calendar, I hope you give yourself permission to just stay home, to pour a warm drink, sit down on the mat, and watch your child discover the world at their own natural, unhurried pace. We aren't missing out on the magic of their childhood by keeping things simple. We're creating the space for them, and for us to truly feel it. Thank you so much for taking this time to rest and reflect with me today. If this video gave you a quiet moment of encouragement, I'd love for you to subscribe so we can keep sharing these gentle conversations. And if you'd like more reflections on slow parenting and simple family rhythms delivered straight to your inbox, you can find the link to my weekly newsletter in the description below. Until next time, take a deep breath, go gently, and give yourself permission to have a wonderful, unhurried week. See you next week, friends.